She was respected, 15 years on the force, decorated, disciplined, and trusted. A veteran detective with the Birmingham Police Department, Alfreda Fluker wasn't just another officer. She was someone you called when things got serious. But no one imagined that one day her name would be read, not on a badge, but on a prison roster. This is the story of a crime that didn't begin in an alleyway or during a drug bust. It started with something much simpler, something more human: jealousy, betrayal, and rage. The kind of rage that turns a law enforcer into a lawbreaker in the blink of an eye. On the night of April the 10th, 2020, something inside Fluker snapped. That night, a single moment shattered lives and ended one permanently. But to understand what led a trusted detective to murder someone inside a city police vehicle, you need to know what happened before the gunshots rang out. Alfreda Fluker and Mario White had worked together for years, both detectives, both committed to their jobs, but their relationship went beyond the badge. They were romantically involved, though no one knew quite how deep that relationship ran. What is known is that over time, it became strained. Fluker suspected White was seeing someone else, and on that April night, she decided to find out for herself. According to investigators, Fluker tracked White's location using her knowledge of police systems. She found him in an unmarked city vehicle, parked near a school in Birmingham's Roebuck neighborhood, but he wasn't alone. Inside the car with him was a woman named Kanisha Nicole Fuller, a 43-year-old mother and U.S. Postal Service employee. Someone Fluker believed should not have been there. What happened next was fast, brutal, and irreversible. Surveillance footage from the nearby area captured the sound of multiple gunshots. Witnesses later reported hearing up to 15 rounds. When police arrived, they found both victims inside the car. Fuller had been shot several times and was pronounced dead shortly after. Mario White was injured but survived. The shooter had fled the scene, but it didn't take long to find out who pulled the trigger. Alfreda Fluker was arrested shortly after the incident. When questioned, she didn't deny her involvement. She had driven directly to police headquarters and turned herself in. She didn't run, she didn't hide, she admitted what she did. But was it a planned killing or a sudden explosion of emotion? That became the central question during the trial. Prosecutors argued that Fluker knew exactly what she was doing, that she used her access to law enforcement systems to track White and ambush him and Fuller, that she had brought a gun with the full intent of ending a life. The defense claimed otherwise. They painted a picture of a woman scorned, betrayed, and emotionally unstable. A woman who acted in the heat of the moment, not with premeditation. They called it a crime of passion. The courtroom was divided. Fluker sat silently throughout much of the trial. Some of her former colleagues testified. So did Mario White, who recounted the horrific moment his colleague and ex-girlfriend opened fire on him and the woman he was seeing. After days of testimony and hours of deliberation, the jury returned with a verdict: guilty of capital murder and attempted murder. In May 2023, Alfreda Fluker was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. A former detective, now inmate number 003-41678. What makes this story so disturbing isn't just the crime, it's who committed it. We expect criminals to come from the outside, not from within the very department sworn to protect us. And while no system is perfect, the fall of someone like Fluker raises uncomfortable questions. How does a decorated officer carry so much personal darkness for so long? Could this tragedy have been prevented? And how do you reconcile years of service with one night of destruction? For the family of Kanisha Fuller, there is no justice that can undo the pain. A mother is gone. A life was stolen in a moment of jealous rage. And for Mario White, the scars are both physical and emotional. This wasn't a crime committed in the line of duty, it was personal. But it happened with the same tools and knowledge law enforcement uses every day. That's what makes it chilling. In the end, this story isn't just about love gone wrong. It's about trust shattered and how quickly control can slip into chaos, even for those trained to uphold the law. Thank you for watching Signal Unknown. If you want more real stories of hidden crimes, betrayals, and the truth behind the badge, subscribe now, because some stories shouldn't be forgotten.